they're mean. They're 700 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide. Green flag, showtime. The Knoxville Nationals are green. Welcome to another edition of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Thursday Night Thunder right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Modified action set to take place here on this Thursday. The season opener down in the Tar Heel State, Charlotte Motor Speedway in North Carolina, where we get set for small block and big block action. So glad you could join us here, ladies and gentlemen, on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. Well, another big season, another exciting season here, I should say, and very excited to get things going, that's for sure here. 24,358's with us as we're just about a minute away from getting the car count going. As we come off of a successful spring season, we'll have to see if everyone can beat some of the favorites like the Full Throttle Motorsports or the Venom Racing drivers. We'll just have to see what goes down. A look at the practice times here before we get going here with action here tonight. And you see Isaac Salas currently the quickest driver on track at a 15:21. Brandon Templeton second at a 15:23. So we'll have 3 heats of 8 drivers, except for one driver in heat race number 3. In case you're new to a Coast to Coast Racing League event, drivers will have 2 minutes to qualify for a starting spot. And before each heat race, we'll invert the top 4 for the 6-lap heats. Normally top 4 transfer out of the heat races. Featured tonight are 30 laps on each side. So first driver we'll watch here from qualifying is the driver of the number 107. That's Sam Bachman. Bachmann is a threat in these modifieds, normally running inside the top 10 throughout a regular night. With the 358s at Charlotte, always depends on where you're liking things. Bachmann sets the bar here on lap number 1, goes 15.993. Isaac Salas now to the top. Dean Reynolds now to the top of the charts with a 15.83. Michael Vitale down to second quick. He's at a 15.863. Vitale looking for a better lap. This one is just a bit off, 15.99. Salas done with his lap. Matt Schaefer, fourth quick at a 15.90 for the Ham Speed 183. Here comes Blake Chapman to the checkered flag across the start finish line, looking for a better lap. He cannot get it. Stays eighth quickest at a 15.95. Randy Shreves just took the checkered flag. He's off on lap 2 at a 15.99. Here comes the 88 Dan McLaren, just came across the start finish line to finish up his second lap. That was just a bit off. Michael Vecchio's already come to a stop, and so qualifying wraps up in a snap. And so it's Dean Reynolds that is the quickest at a 15.827. Not bad of a start for this one for the driver of the number 79. And so it's set to go for our first heat race of the night. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Here's how the field lines up. Randall Dixon on pole position in the number 011. And next to him, it's Randy Schrades in the number 56. Row number 2, it's Matt Schaefer in the 183. Next to him, it's Dean Reynolds in the white and gold 79. Row 3, it's B-Town, Brandon Templeton, the 31. Next to him, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 075. Rounding out the grid, the 118 of Logan Wentz and the 88 of Soupy, Dan McLaren. As we get set to go here for action, where we've updated a lot of things here on the broadcast. You may not notice them at home. So if we're having any issues, feel free to let us know in chat. And as always, let us know who you are rooting for. Of course, Megan checking in. As always, she's rooting for Dean. 15 fans watching already in the chat. So we get set to go green for heat race number 1. Winner on pole tonight for our 30-lap feature. Green lights are out. Here we go. And Dean Reynolds tried to thread the needle, going for the top spot. The front row touches. Schaefer tries to use it to his advantage. We're 3 by 3 down the back. And we're nearly 4 wide. Dino just barely touches the 011 of Dixon. Dan McLaren was up in the wall in turn 3 and 4. That puts him back down to last. It's Randy Shreves that's pretty much cleared this field as you're on board with him. But he's hoping the drivers all behind him just keep racing each other very hard. Dino was looking for some really good spots out there. Now brought back down to 5th. Quickest driver on the track. Trevor Giroux all the way up from 6th, battling for 3rd with Matt Schaefer. Giroux part of the Venom Racing team as you ride on board with them. Now Reynolds trying to regain his composure. Back around the outside, past the Ham Speed ride, up into 4th. 15.92 last lap for Dino. 2 laps to go, though. It's still Randy Shreves out in front. Quickest car without a question. 15.86 last time by as we're working the final lap. Randall Dixon, who's won here, who's battled for wins here at the pass, for one last ditch effort, unfortunately won't work. Checkers are out. Randy Shreves takes the win in heat 1. He's on pole for tonight's feature. Dixon 2nd, Giroux 3rd, Reynolds 4th, Schaefer 5th, Wentz 6th, Templeton 7th, and McLaren 8th. Got reports he actually crashed just as the leaders were taking the white flag. So we now move on to heat race number 2. It's brought to you by the newest member of the Coast to Coast Racing League family, Regency Home Inspections, a leading provider of residential home inspection services in New York's Hudson Valley region. With a focus on precision, expertise, and customer satisfaction, Regency offers comprehensive inspections and informative reviews to help clients make informed decisions about their properties. Here's how the field lines up on the pole. The Regency driver, Brian Lawson in car number 9. Next to him, it's the salesman, Blake Chapman in the 20. Row number 2, it's the 107, the 007, of Sam Bachman. Next to him, the 213 of Michael Vitale. Row 3, it's the 00 of Harold Klump. Next to the 33 of John Morano. Final row, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And also in the 007, the 007 ride of Michael Vecchio. Winner starts outside of the front row for tonight's feature. And again, we're continuing to improve the broadcast week by week, so bear with us if it's off just a little bit. Here we go for Heat 2. 3 wide for the lead as Bachman looked underneath for the spot. Now it's 3 wide for second. Michael Vitale trying to use the high side. His momentum off the corner. Does he have second? Yes, he does. As Chapman leads lap number 1, Bachman nearly hits the Uke tire in the first corner. Lawson trying to fight back, not a good start. Oh, look out, Bachman sideways right in front of Kurt Schatzer and Michael Vecchio. And Schatzer has turtled on his side. Bachman went in deep, made some heavy contact, and then led to calamity. From the back end of Blake Chapman, as he tries to hold off Michael Vitale, the 213 just laid down a 15.93 last time by. 2 laps to go in this heat race. This time it was Chapman that was a bit better, 15.86 for the salesman. Good race for the lead and a good race for third. Let's see if Vitale tries to set something up here at the white flag. 1 lap to go. Looked low, but couldn't get the drive off the corner. Chapman defends to prevent the slider line from being used. And that's the case. Checkers are out. Blake Chapman wins Heat 2. He's on the front row. Vitale second, Lawson third, Klump fourth, John Morano fifth, Michael Vecchio sixth, and Sam Bachman seventh. Once he comes across the start-finish line, 8th belongs to Kurt Schatzer. Now moving on to heat race number 3, it's brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, the official sponsor of the Retreads division in Coast to Coast. On the pole, Glenn Sharp. He's in car number 099. Next to him, it's the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. Row 2, the 397, that's Alex Pomelo. And next to him, it's the 5 of Slide Job, Isaac Salas. Row 3, it's the 96 of Chris Alvey. Next to him, the 32 of the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Final row, the 513 of the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker, and the 831 of Tyler Flynn. Hello to Krantz checking in, rooting for Sam Bachman here tonight. And so we're ready for the green. Winner starts inside of row number 2. Here we go. Scattered start its field, makes their way into 1 and 2. Glenn Sharp with a slight advantage. Oh, we got one sideways. It's Jeff Barker who took out a Tory tire. Oh, look at this. 3 wide for the spot. Kinsey forced up the hill by contact from Glenn Sharp as the 099 leads lap number 1. Pomelo second, Salas third, Kinsey fourth, Morano the top 5. See if the 397 looks underneath. He cannot. Has company for second. Salas high, wide, and handsome. Up to the runner-up spot. Tries to rip the lip in 1 and 2. Stays half a car length behind at 099. Trying to see if he can force Sharp into making a mistake. Halfway home, Sharp decides to stay mid. Salas on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies for the race lead down the back. Last time by, Salas better 15.92. What a door slam by Glenn Sharp. Here comes Pomelo looking for the race lead as the 099 taps the wall pretty good. Sharp went all the way back to the 4th position as we got trouble. Dylan Kinsey has gone around, but the new leader is Slide Job, Isaac Salas, with 1 lap to go. Pomelo looking for one final shot. Anthony Morano in the 4th spot. A lot of drivers up 3 positions. Salas, Morano, and Flynn. Off for 4, checkers wave. Isaac Salas wins Heat 3. 2nd, Pomelo. 3rd, Morano. 4th, Sharp. 5th, Flynn. 6th, Alvey. 7th, Kinsey. And 8th, Barker. Kelsey and Kim both excited to see Isaac take that win. We'll step aside and go to break. Stay with us right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
You're watching the Coast to Coast Racing League 358th Division on the C2C Racing Network, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies.
Anthony Morano getting us set to go racing for our first feature tonight. Let's meet the field and give you your RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Randy Shreves in car number 56. Next to him, the salesman, Blake Chapman, in the 20. Row number 2, it's the 5, a slide job. Isaac Salas. Next to him, it's the 011 of Randall Dixon. Row 3, Michael Vitale in the 213, and Alex Pablo in the 397. Row number 4, Trevor Giroux, the Philly Flyer in the 075, and next to him, Brian Lawson in car number 9. Rounding out the top 10 tonight, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, and Dino, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 6, the 00 of Harold Klump and Glenn Sharp in the 099. Row number 7, the Hambone car of Matt Schaefer in the 183. Next to him, the 033 of John Morano. Row number 8, Tyler Flynn, he's in the 831, and next to him, Logan Wentz in the 118. Final third of the grid, row 9, Michael Vecchio in the 007. Next to him, Chris Salvi in the 96. Row 10, B-Top, Brandon Templeton in the 31, and Sam Bachman in the 107. Row 11, Dylan Kinsey in the 639, and Soupy, Dan McLaren in the 88. Final row tonight, Kurt Schatzer, Superman the 218, and the Brute to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. No call for Isaac Salas to grid. Not sure what's going on with him. But hopefully he gets a yellow flag on lap number 1, and we'll be able to catch back up with the field. Not sure if he'll be able to regain his spot. So you see the starting lineup. Thanks for all joining us here tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. 20 viewers watching as we get ready for the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag. Flatline, the official sponsor of the 358s. First modified feature of the night. Randy Shreves and the salesman Blake Chapman set to bring us the green at Charlotte. It's time to get it on. Side by side in corners number 3 and 4, and it's Chapman in lap number 1. Shreves is second, Randall Dixon is third. First driver underneath is the 075 of Vitale, may lose a pair of spots that was Trevor Giroux, may lose a pair of spots to Michael Vitale and Alex Pamelo. But Giroux looking for the bite off at turn number 4, trying to see if there's some tack there that nobody else is grabbing. Vitale considering threading the needle in the race for the bottom step of the podium. Alex Pamelo also a part of this race as well as he runs the neutral groove of this racetrack. At the line for third barely was Randall Dixon. Caution flag waves. Tyler Flynn in the 831 has gone around. And may have had another incident break. Yeah, that's Chris Salvi in the 96. His Hoosier has gone flying to the opposite end of the speedway. Michael Vecchio also involved. Let's show you, though, what happened to Tyler Flynn as we take a look at our first Malcolm's Mills Mill running replay of the night. Ooh, just got off of Dan McLaren and nowhere to go, the 007. Right on board with Vecchio. Not the start for the Justified Motorsports team. And so that appears to be a separate incident with Chris Salvi in another car. That's Klump, who was trying to avoid the accident. He may have actually been involved in it. So Alvey did not hit a Tory tire. He hit the wall in the right front, went flying. So to the back of the field he goes. 20 viewers already watching. Let's see if we can hit 25 tonight. Maybe 30. All right, set to come back to the green flag. Double file restart, first of two. Chapman and Shreves, row one. Giroux, Dixon, row two. Michael Vitale rounds out the top three. Chapman, the control car, he's selecting the bottom as we're back underway. Shreves underneath, looking for the race lead in the red line ride. Doesn't work. 3 wide, though, for third. Who comes out with the advantage? The Philly Flyer, 4 wide for third. And it's Giroux that edges out Dixon. We're 4 wide once again as you watch for the Chapman Racing drone. They've done 4 wide many times. They've even done 5 wide in the past. Dino thinks about threading the needle. He's up to 7th after starting 10. A lot of drivers trying to hug the concrete wall. That's the best. Oh, big crash behind them. Summers lost a wheel. Salas involved. Same with Schatzer, and that's Jeff Barker, the third car. Big accident breaking out mid-pack, and it was Schatzer, who I saw in the background, that was the first to take a big lick. Wentz, had to let off the throttle to avoid hitting somebody. You see Jeff Barker, I think he got on the brakes just to avoid rear-ending Schatzer. I don't think he caused any contact or received any damage from it. Wow, great job to dodge that bullet. And on board Salas. Nowhere to go one bit, and that right front, he saw it go off, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna tow it, I'm done. Can use that quick repair if he wants. Hello to GJ checking in. Couple days out of surgery. GJ, hope you're feeling better, buddy. Of course, he is rooting for the retreads. All right, a lap for the green flag. Gonna watch this restart for the Chapman Racing drone. Chapman and Shreves, row number 1. Giroux and Dixon, row 2. Pomerleau, Vitale, row 3. Reynolds, Morano, row 4. Lawson, Sharp, that's the top 10. Biggest mover is Brandon Templeton in row 6.
Green flag, green flag.
Giroux wants second for the 56. Can he take it? Thinks about sliding up. Gives Shreves the lane, and Shreves hangs on for the runner-up spot. But now Giroux tries to see if he can test the top this time. Randall Dixon diamonds the corner. Giroux had third over his fellow Canadian in Pomerleau. Let's see if Pomerleau can take it away. The 75's got a big run on Randy Shreves for second. Bit of contact mid-pack. Lawson trying to help out Dean Reynolds. As it's 3 wide for the 8th position. Look out, Matt Schaefer slideways. That's the 1-3 makes a good save, and then rear ends Lawson. Hang on, Brian. Oh, it collects Dylan Kinsey. The big one breaks out. At least 5 cars involved. I don't believe anyone used the tow except for Logan Wentz. Here's a look at what happened. 4 wide in the corner. Watch Schaefer just come back up into Lawson. Even straighten the car out as both Venom drivers take out another Tory tire. Watch from another angle. Watch with Lawson. Him and Schaefer make contact. And I tell you what, you know, that just looks plain on. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say about that. On board Dylan Kinsey. Tried everything. Nowhere to go. John Morano. Big stack up on the outside. There's the big hit for Logan Wentz. Dan McLaren also caught some air with the 118. Right on board with Wentz. Show you the impact. Then we'll take you back to live as we're 1 to green. Right there. So single file rest of the way. We work lap number 12. Blake Chapman set to bring us to the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Chapman holds serve. Pablo had third of the last completed green flag lap over Trevor Giroux. Good battle for fifth as well. Randall Dixon, Anthony Morano, the first driver underneath is the Ant-Man. Nearly put the 213 of Vitale into the wall. That got a little bit tight, too close for comfort. Dino gets in the back, gives Vitale the chrome horn off for 2. They nearly hook off the corner. Dino wants that 7-spot Bally, but he's got to be careful. Schaefer now touches with Glenn Sharp. And Reynolds is up to 7th. How about Brett? Oh, Glenn Sharp is sideways.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Nobody hits him. A look at what happened. No room, pretty much. And we were just about to mention how Brandon Templeton was on the charge. Now he's got damage. I was going to mention Brandon Templeton up 10 spots. About to restart in the 9th position when we come back to green. Here's a look at the 5-lap average. Obviously, everything's very tight with the fixed setups we have here, but the driver with the sleight of hand is currently Blake Chapman in the 20. Butch Baker checking in, rooting for Venom Racing. Their highest driver is Giroux in the 4th spot. And hello to Bill Calder, checking in tonight. Set for the green flag once again. Blake Chapman out in front as we're halfway home. 15 up, 15 down. Shreves now has got company for second. Pomelo's been the closest to the runner-up spot. Let's see if he finds a way to take it away. Giroux 4th, Dixon 5th, Anthony Morano, Dean Reynolds, the full throttle teammates. Duke at it for the 6th position with Brandon. Oh, Morano hits the Tory tire and finds a way to keep going. Is the left front damage? It doesn't look to be the case. He'll try and Brendan Lacey it around home. Probably won't be for the win. Now can Brandon Templeton use this to his advantage? Up on the cushion in turns number 3 and 4 in 8. Big run for the 31. Downstairs for 7th. If that's the case, he's up 12 spots and would have the hard charger at the moment. Right now, it belongs to the driver in 12th. Jeff Barker started last. He's in 12th. How about as well, the 107 of Bachman started 20th. Currently running 10th, was in a spin in his heat race. 10 laps to go meanwhile. Blake Chapman's led all 20 laps so far. Randy Shreves trying to close in and take the lead. We go back to the 5-lap average once again. Better race car appears to be Randy Shreves recently. Leader keeps it right next to the wall. That slider line could be used at any time. 8 to go. It's a car length at the line between Chapman and Shreves. Shreves has an opportunity to pounce here. He is right there on the spoiler of the salesman. Could have a chance off of turn 2, possibly. Could Shreves as well be waiting to make his move at the right place at the right time? 6 laps to go. He could have a better race car on the long run than Chapman does. The salesman nearly clipped the wall in turn 1. Last time by, Chapman was better by 0.04 of a second. Morano has crashed. Big crash involving Barker, the hard charger. Well, this could get interesting. We reckon stack them back up with under 5 laps to go. Here's a replay. Ooh, Templeton caught him. Rear ends hanging on for dear life. Held on the brakes and then coincidentally, John Morano is out there. On board the Bird to Beast and Jeff Barker. See in the background the yellow machine? That's Morano, just caught the wall. When John made that impact, nowhere to go for Jeff. A reminder, big blocks are coming up next, so you're not going to want to miss a single thing. Stay with us right here for it. So does Randy Shreves have a chance at taking the win, stealing the win from Blake Chapman, or will the salesman hang on to Krite Sim Racing number 20? Back to the green flag. 5-lap shootout. Trevor Giroux could also be a factor in this one, but we watch your top 2. Blake Chapman and Randy Shreves. 4 laps remaining in our 358 feature. Shreves trying a different line, trying to explore options. Chapman is just going with the best option he has. But may he have to play defense possibly if Randy thinks about the slide job? Better exit from Blake that time than the 56. 2-6 in the air, 2 laps to go for Blake Chapman. And it should come a moment. Go with Jeff Barker. Battle for third. Pomelo tried to send it, and we're going to overtime. Tyler Flynn with a big crash as he has towed it to the pits. That'll give Blake a freebie of a lap. This one is not over yet. Just lost it all by himself. And drove it into the infield. Fortunately, not a lot of time. What happened to Jeff Barker as well? Oh, the crash may have been that was detected was him stopping. Or was it just at a snail's pace? It probably was just at a snail's pace. Just when you thought you had this one. If you're Blake Chapman, not just yet. Pace car is in. Will Blake Chapman take the win? Or will Randy Shreves or Trevor Giroux steal it? About to find out as we come back to green.
Green, green, green.
Good restart from Blake Chapman. Shreves trying everything. Does he go for the possible slider? Pomelo tried that for third on Giroux before the yellow flag came out. And Giroux has a chance at second. Caution waves again before they took the white flag. It was a split second. So we'll get one final attempt to determine your race winner. What did the caution wave for? The caution came out just around here. Blake is thinking, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, here we go. Brandon Templeton, who was working your hard charger of the race. Off at 2, hanging on to it, catches for tally. Oh, that's a big hit he took. And I think that was 12X for B-Temp ending his night. Saw Chris Alvey also get collected once again. One final restart coming up here. Shreves has to time this restart perfectly if he wants a chance at Blake Chapman. When do you go if you're Blake? Do you go here? Just a little bit after that. Shreves caught sleeping on the restart. Final restart underway. A yellow will end this race. A white will send us to the checkered flag under green conditions. Shreves knows it's time to send it. But could he be too late? Trouble, Pomelo goes around. We've taken the white flag, 1 to go. Glenn Sharp also collected. A top 5 won't come for the 397 in this feature. Through 3 and 4, the Christ Sim Racing Gala's homegrown popcorn number 20 sees the checkered flag of the season opener. Blake Chapman wins. Shreves second, Giroux third, Reynolds fourth, Dixon fifth, and Sam Bachman from 20th to 6th. Here's a look at your results here from tonight. Chapman the winner by just under 0.4 of a second on Randy Shreves. Great run from Dean Reynolds from 10th up to 4th. Mentioned Sam Bachman, your hard charger, to 6th. How about Dylan Kinsey as well from 21st to finish 8th tonight? That is a look at your top 10. Good recovery as well from Anthony Morano after spinning with 2 laps to go. Looking at 11th through 20th. Pomelo looking at a top 10, finishes in 12th at the end. Half the drivers finishing on the lead lap here tonight. So that is a look at how the field finished. So we're ready to bring in your top 3. We'll begin with Trevor Giroux in the 075. Trevor, a nice run for you tonight. The highest running Venom driver out there. What positives do you take away?
You know what? Kind of qualified terribly, so moving up a couple spots, I'll definitely take it. Anytime I can beat Isaac, even though he had computer troubles, I'll take it.
Pablo almost got you there for 3rd with that slide job, but then the yellow flag came out before going to overtime. Were you relieved at that?
Yes, big time. Yeah, I didn't want to see those cautions, a couple of them there at the end, and then when I saw that one where after he threw a slider on me, I was like, oh, thank God, because I think he was gonna take off from me there on that one. So yeah, definitely relieved to see that caution.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Just all the guys at Venom Racing for bringing me along here for another season, and the Super Dirt Car Series, Dean Reynolds for coming on board for another season, and all my work buddies at home watching, Brett, Curtis, yeah, all them guys. Appreciate you guys watching. So thank you.
Well, great job tonight, and best of luck at the big blocks coming up here in just a little bit.
Thanks, Marty. You're the best.
Thanks so much. Trevor Giroux finishing in 3rd. Let's go to Randy Shreves finishing in 2nd. Randy, tough break tonight, man. What more did you need for Blake?
Mainly for him to mess up, but he doesn't do that often. My biggest mistake was letting him get in front of me on that initial start there, and then just trying to catch him after that. It's definitely always a tough task to try to catch Blake, but overall, the fun race, and yeah, and also good run to Trevor there. I thought he was going to get me there at the end. He found something there at the end, and I thought he was going to get me, but yeah, it was one of the best races I've been in for a while.
Is this track with 358s, is this normally a race of track position? Is it like a qualifying track pretty much? You want to finish well in the heat races?
This one, I think it's more of a patience track. You just got to try to not spin your tires as much as possible, and just be easy on the gas here.
Well, good run for you tonight, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
For sure, I always want to thank Coast to Coast for putting on this awesome league. You up there in the broadcast booths, everybody that puts this thing on. Thank my team, LGR Motorsports, ABR Setup Shop, Redline Design Company, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, and want to thank everybody for watching.
All right, we'll let you go. Nice job tonight, and best luck at the big block.
Thanks, Marty.
So Randy Shreves finishing 2nd. To victory lane we go to talk with your race winner, Blake Chapman. The salesman leads all 30 laps. A great win for you tonight. Randy looked like he was closing on you there in those final few laps, but then we saw the yellow flag with 5 laps to go.
Yeah, that race was definitely really, really interesting. I didn't figure the track would come in how it did, and I got a really good initial start there, and I didn't know if first was the place I wanted to be because there's still a lot of grip left in the track, and with the full field, I figured the track was going to change a lot. But I just tried to change it up every couple of laps with my slider lines, and then eventually I felt like the car was getting a little loose on me in 2, so just went up top in that corner, and I was a little worried that Randy might find the bottom there. It looked like the bottom still had a lot of grip, but I was just going to keep it where I was comfortable while I was leading, and it was enough for us to hold on.
Do those cautions in the final few laps kind of help you out a little bit? Because obviously, as we say, when it comes to single file restarts, the leader always gets a freebie lap.
Yeah, I feel like when you got like 2 to go or 3 to go, a caution can definitely help because I can control the start and get initial jump there. So I think it definitely helps out. But I definitely didn't want that last caution there. But yeah, I feel like the caution definitely didn't hurt me any.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on this run?
I got to thank the family for watching. I got to thank all the guys down at KSR. I got to thank Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. They got some of the best stuff out there. You can head over to their website and use code CART for 15% off of your purchase. And I got to thank Preston at Epsilon Sprint Wraps and Andy at NJ Custom Creations. And I got to thank you for putting this on, Marty.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and best of luck at the big block.
Thanks, Marty.
The salesman, Blake Chapman, gets it done here in 3:58. So when we come back, it's big block time. Stay with us, the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a hiatus, so let's get.
Tonight we'll be talking about it.
These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in an on-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here, That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life and it's the lives of racers everywhere is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
We're back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we get set to go for big block action here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome back, everyone. Marty Cicala with you here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Great win for Blake Chapman in the 358s. We'll see if he can sweep it possibly in just a bit. We will have a B main, ladies and gentlemen. We have 25 drivers. That is our car count. 23 drivers have made some sort of lap on the racetrack. We'll have an 8-lap B main. Right now, Isaac Salas the quickest in the Super Dirt Car Series number 5 at a 15:1:11, followed by Kurt Schatzer, Anthony Morano, Brian Lawson, and Logan Wentz. Hello to Keaton checking in, rooting for Trevor Giroux here tonight. Just coming off a great run, so 2 minutes of qualifying on the clock here. You'll see your favorite drivers pop up here on the bottom of your screen. We'll check the first driver to make their way out onto the racetrack, and we'll watch B-Temp. Brandon Templeton, the 31, set the bar. He's one that likes to go out as early as possible. Lap number 1 underway for Brandon in the dirt track bank number 31. Whenever he shows up for modifieds, he's always a threat to be fast. Templeton sets the bar to 15:4:54. See if any purples pop up here on the bottom of your screen. Isaac Salas goes quick time at a 15:4:05. Let's watch Sam Bachman. The 007, as he looks to improve here, may have just gone off the racetrack. We'll see if he can improve. He cannot. 15:66. Here comes Matt Schaefer off the corner, looking to improve here. Will be close. 15:75 on lap number 2. Jeff Barker 6 quick at a 15:55. Now let's show you Connor Ross, the number 35. 14th quick on lap number 1 at a 15:65. Off the corner, a much better lap for Connor. Where does he go? 3rd quick, 15:5:21 for the number 35. Blake Chapman 11th, Dan McLaren 13th. Michael Vecchio 25th, 15:94. Will he make it to the start-finish line in time? I'm not sure if he will. Just barely. 15:89, 23rd. So Isaac's the quickest at a 15:4:05. Ready for heat race number 1, which is brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Here's a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, it's Soupy, Dan McLaren in car number 88. Next to him, Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Row number 2, Michael Vitale in the 213, and Isaac Salas, slide job in the 5. Row 3, Logan Wentz in the 118, and the 397 of Alex Pomelo. Rounding out the grid is the number 96 of Chris Alvey. Winner starts on pole. Top 4 transfer to tonight's feature. The bottom 3 will go to the B main. This is the first of 4 heats we have set up. Hello to GJ checking in, says I have some slot car glue if anyone needs it. And he's rooting for Jeff Barker tonight. Ready for the green. McLaren hits the Tory tire. Somehow keeps the race lead for right now. Makes contact with Dylan Kinsey. One car sideways. Vitale finds a way to save it. Now McLaren goes around. He collects Logan Wentz, I believe, in the process of the 118. Yes, that is the case. Dylan Kinsey leads lap number 1. Isaac Salas underneath for the top spot. Remember, top 4 transport tonight's feature. Slide job Salas, the 5 car to the point. Michael Vitale third, Alex Pavlo fourth. Kinsey counters back with a slider of his own. And it's Slide Job City with the big blocks early here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Salas blinking just a little bit. McLaren's gone around once again. He and Wentz are done. They'll be in the B main. Wentz back underneath. Salas back underneath. Kinsey's got the lead with 2 laps to go in Heat 1. On board Salas. Well, I'm going to say it once again. Top shelf, where Mama hides the cookies. Kinsey shut the door in 1 and 2, and now he slides up. Can Salas counter off the corner? 1 to go. Salas wants to be as high as he can to go for the race lead. But remember, Kinsey can set up the slide job here to 3 and 4 to play. Defense, they touch! And that should do it for Dylan Kinsey off the final corner. Kinsey wins Heat 1, he's on pole. Second, Salas, way too close to call for third. Pablo with over Vitale for scoring. Alvey 5th, McLaren 6th, Wentz 7th, bottom 3 in the B main. Now to the lineup for heat race number 2, which is brought to you by Regency Home Inspections. Here's the starting lineup on the pole. Brian Lawson in car number 9. Next to him, Matt Schaefer in the 183. Row number 2, Trevor Giroux in the 075. And B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Final row has Brett Walsh, the Hitman in the 520. And Glenn Sharp in the 099. Watch this front row closely. They've got some history from last race. You know Brian is going to race the 183 as hard as possible. Winner starts on the outside of the front row for tonight's feature. Green flag is out. Here we go. Schaefer up in the wall. That puts him all the way back down to last, and maybe with suspension damage. Through out front, Trevor Giroux from 3rd to 1st. Look at the Hitman, Brett Walsh making moves from the back. He's now in a transfer spot past Glenn Sharp. Underneath for 3rd, the 520 takes it away. Templeton tries to fight back on board with Walsh. Templeton passes for 3rd. Halfway home in heat race number 2. Quickest car is B-Temp in 2nd. Trevor Giroux still winning. Want to take a quick look back here real quick as we look at what happened at the start of this race. Ooh, Lawson with contact with Schaefer. The 183 did put it up in the wall, for there was some net code. That could have been the issue as well at the same time, with Lawson not seeing him. Meanwhile, battle for the win in heat race number 2. Checkers wave. Giroux takes the win. 2nd, Templeton. Lawson 3rd. Brett Walsh 4th. Glenn Sharp and Matt Schaefer go down into a B main. So now we go to the lineup here for heat race number 3, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. On the pole, Randall Dixon in car number 011. Next to him, the salesman Blake Chapman in car number 20. Row number 2, the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker, the 513, and Connor Ross, the 35. Final row, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and the 007 of Michael Vecchio. Here we go for the green and heat race number 3. Winner starts inside row 2. Top 4 transfer to tonight's feature. Here we go. Good start for Randall Dixon. He goes up the track. Here comes Jeff Barker looking for the race lead. The Brewerton Beast knows how to race in these big blocks, that's for sure. Can't lead lap 1 just yet. It's Dixon, followed by Barker and Chapman. Final car in at the moment is Connor Ross, the 35. One all two, pretty much 2 by 2 at the moment, except for 5th and 6th, Schatzer and Vecchio. Barker trying everything to get that race lead, but Connor Ross, the quickest car on track, at 15:59 to ride on board with Daddy's money. Dixon needs to protect the top or else Chapman has an opportunity to pounce. Ross has a chance at 3rd on Jeff Barker. 15:58 last time by for Daddy's money. See if he can take it away from Barker at the line. Yes, he can. Jeff Barker now on the bubble with 1 to go. Can Kurt Schatzer catch him? If I'm Jeff Barker, get to the top. Schatzer is closing in fast. Well, you know your top 3 for this one. Who makes it in and who goes to the B main? Barker or Schatzer to the checkers? Barker gets it. 1 more lap and Schatzer gets him. Randall Dixon wins heat 3. Chapman 2nd. Ross finishes 3rd. Barker 4th. Schatzer and Vecchio to the last chance showdown. 1 more heat race to go here. Here's a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, Harold Klump in the 00. Next to him, Dean Reynolds in the 00. Row number 2, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. And Sam Bachman in the 107. Final row, Randy Shreves in the 56. And John Morano in the 33. Winner starts outside of row number 2 for tonight's feature. As we're ready for the green flag. We go 1 extra lap here, not sure why. A reminder as well of what is coming up next week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Week 2 of Sunday Night Racing. We've got midgets at Kokomo, Pro Late Models at Williams Grove. Monday Night Madness will be at Charlotte for the Open 358s, and then Rebels and Renegades. Next Thursday, Thursday Night Thunder, we'll have the Modifieds at Weedsport. Make sure you join us then. Green flag is out for heat race number 4. Look at Anthony Morano for the race lead. 3 wide. Around goes Klump. Everybody misses him, but Klump goes to last. Randy Shreves now in a transfer spot. Did Dino suffer any damage? I'm not too sure, but Clump was in the meat, and Gordon Ramsay threw it back, saying it's raw. Morano, the quickest car on track at a 15.64. A quick look at what happened to Clump. Both drivers just going for the same piece of real estate. And luckily, everybody misses him. Sam Bachman, the quickest car right now at a 15.63 with 2 laps to go. Just about ran an even lap last time by. That's its Full Throttle Motorsports. 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Final lap underway. Bachman, big run around the outside of Dino, looking for second. Would start 8th in the feature if he can do it. If not, he starts 12th. Dino plays defense in the slider line. Does he finish second? It's going to be tight. Yes, barely. Did not think it would be that tight at the end when Dino used the slider line. Morano wins Heat 4. Randy Shreves takes the final transfer spot. John Morano, Harold Klump down to the B main. We're taking the top 8 out of this last chance showdown. One driver will be drinking a beer early. Either that, preparing for the Xfinity Trail race, or watching the Stanley Cup Finals, which I'll be doing after the big block race. Here's the lineup for the last chance showdown. Front row has Chris Alvey in the 96 and Glenn Sharp in the 099. Row 2, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218 and John Morano in the 33. Row 3, Dan McLaren in the 88 and Matt Schaefer in the 183. Row number 4, Michael Vecchio in the 007, Harold Klump in the 00. Final car on the grid, Logan Wentz in the 118. After the first lap, we'll focus on who is in 8th. However, though, no call to the grid for Matt Schaefer. So if he joins late, he's going to have to hope for somebody to DNF. So if that's the case, we have your 8 cars right here for tonight's feature.
I was listening on the way home, Marty. Some good racing tonight, man.
Zach Chapman showing up to the party. What's up?
What's going on? I couldn't miss this. This was a good show.
This should be a good one tonight. So Chris Alvey, Glenn Sharp bring us to green. The B main underway. Alvey with a good start. Schatzer in second. 3 wide for third. John Morano off the pace. Around he goes. Clump hard in the wall. And also in it, Logan Wentz. No signs of Matt Schaefer getting on the track here, so those 8 would still be good to go.
Yeah, you talked about it. That's the savior right now for John Morano because that car is not handling whatsoever. He's happy there's only 8 cars out there.
Good battle for second. Chris Alvey and Dan McLaren. Soupy, though, quickest car on the track. We saw the low side coming pretty well during our final heat race moments ago, Zach.
Yeah, and there Soupy really floated up on the backstretch, got Chris a little uncomfortable there, and almost got in the wall on the outside on entry going into turn 3 as Dan is looking real good on the bottom.
Harold Klump has crashed once again, puts in the pits, but regardless, he is in the show. McLaren has Alvey cleared up to the second spot. 96 car tries to counter it back, unable to. Now Schatzer, the quickest car, picked up 2/10 on the 88, but can Dan McLaren find a way to close in on Schatzer? He tries the bottom, maybe even think about the slider 9. Nope, just holds it downstairs as we've got 3 to go in the consi.
Yeah, it looked like he found some speed, though. That was his quickest lap last time with the 15.7, Marty. They're just running very different lines in 1 and 2. Kurt's the dominant car in 1 and 2, but Dan looks so fast in 3 and 4.
2 to go. Could McLaren take this B-main win over Schatzer? We'll just have to see. This could be pretty close here at the end. Last time by, though, Schatzer better by 100th. Big send from McLaren. Picked up a lot there in 3 and 4, and he is there with 1 to go.
Yeah, Dan's carrying that big momentum out of running the top here in 1 and 2, and he's throwing it in there. Let's see if he's got any chance. Nah, Kurt's going to shut the door.
Defense wins races. Look out! Oh, McLaren! We just saw a robbery. John Morano was very slow on the track. Kurt Schatzer had no time to react to it, and McLaren steals the win.
Yeah, you know, at first glance, Kurt might not be very happy, Marty, but starting on the outside in the feature, that may be a blessing in disguise.
Let's ride on board real quick. Coming to the checkers. Did not think he'd pull out there. Yeah, nowhere to go. 1 bit. Wow. We were told as well, Matt Schaefer had internet issues, so he's done for the night. Let's step aside and take a break. When we come back, big blocks of the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
You're watching the Coast to Coast Racing League Big Block Modified Division on the C2C Racing Network, presented by Flatline Racing Bodies.
Isaac Salascana set to go for tonight. Let's meet the field in the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Next to him, it's the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 075. Row number 2, Randall Dixon in the 011. And next to him, the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. Row 3, Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5, and B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Row number 4, the salesman, the 358 winner, Blake Chapman. Next to him, Dean Reynolds in the 79. Rounded out the top 10, Alex Pomelo in the 397, and Brian Lawson in the 9. Row 6, Canada Connor Ross, the 35, and the 107 of Sam Bachman. Next row, row number 7, the 213 of Michael Vitale, and the 520 of the Hitman, Brett Walsh. Row 8, the 513 of the Brood to Beast, Jeff Barker. And next to him, it's the 56 of Randy Shraves. Final third of the grid, row number 9, Dan McLaren in the 88, and Superman Kurt Schetzer in the 218. Row 10, Chris Salvi in the 96, and Glenn Sharp in the 099. Row 11, Michael Vecchio in the 007, and Logan Wentz in the 118. And the final row tonight, John Morano in the 033, and Harold Klump in the 00. Time for picks to win. Who do you got, Zach?
Oh, man, this is going to be a tough one. But, you know, I think Dino likes this place. I'm rooting for that 79 tonight. I think Dino's going to take it.
I think that the man from 4th tonight takes the checkered flag in Anthony Morano. So as we get set to go for the Flatline Racing Bodies green flag, Steve King Foundation pace car is on pit road. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? The big blocks are ready to battle at Charlotte. Kenzie and Giroux bring us to green. It's showtime! Randall Dixon a little bit sideways down the back straight. They were just about 4 wide in turn number 2. Lap number 1 up on the board. It's led by the 639 of Dylan Kinsey. We watch the battle for the 3rd position, though. Salas with a slider, trying to get in front of that 32 and have him clear. Yes, he does. 3 wide behind. That would be top of the middle, Zach.
Yeah, you know, your pick there, the 32. Isaac knows how hard it is to get by that guy. He had to go up and shut the door there and cut his momentum off. But, man, now the Ant-Man, he's looking in the middle here, and Isaac got in the wall a little bit.
Dan McLaren has crashed. No caution. We stay under the green flag. Salas wants to run around the outside for the bottom step of the podium. On the salesman, Kenny taking no. Chapman barely has 3rd.
Yeah, we know how much that 20 car likes the bottom, Marty, and man, if there's a groove down there, he's going to find it. And right now he's having some success, up 3 spots already here early.
Now tries to battle his teammate, Trevor Giroux, who was the fastest Venom driver in the 358s. Isaac's looking pretty good early. Missed the 358 start. Joined it a little bit later and finished in the back. 3 wide now. Here comes Blake Chapman. Big set from Templeton as well. 3 wide of the line. It's Giroux barely. The teammates nearly tangle.
Yeah, now Templeton's in the wall, but you said it, Marty, in 3 and 4. I don't know if that 31 ever lifted on corner entry. He flung that thing in there.
He sent it in deep. Brandon Templeton in 6. Nearly got the hard charger. Has company. That's Anthony Morano. This is actually a race for the 5th position that we're watching very closely. But even with this hard racing, though, Zach, Dylan Kinsey has not been able to pull away. The gap 1/4 of a second into turn number 1.
No, and yeah, now Trevor Giroux in the wall, Marty, hard.
That's going to help out Blake Chapman for sure. Or did it maybe not even help him at all? Still a neutral stalemate. Caution, Sam Bachman around in the 007. He's lost the left front after taking out a Tory tire after spinning. But a great start to this feature so far. Let's show you the replay, what happened with Bachman. This was around 9th or 10th. Uh-oh, bang. There goes the Tory powder donut. On board with Bachman. Clobbered it just way too low. Let's show you as well Dan McLaren in the 88. And what happened to him. Did not bring the yellow out, but we heard that he crashed. So, oh, its steering died out for some reason. Then it hooked back up. Very strange from the 88.
Tell you what, Marty, get ready. That 007 Samuel, or that 107 of Samuel Bachman, He wants to give us a show. He didn't pit. He's going to drive around with three wheels
boy.
on that thing.
Keep your eye out on him as we're ready to come back to the green flag. First of two double file restarts. Kinsey and Giroux, row 1. Chapman and Salas, row 2. Templeton, Morano, row 3. Row 4, Dixon and Vitale. Reynolds and Pomelo round out the top 10. The control car is Kinsey. He selects the bottom as we come back to green to put 8 laps up on the board.
And not a very good start for Blake there, being right behind the leader. You kind of expect a better jump, and that may hurt him because Isaac's going to get a big run. All of a sudden, he's battling for P3 instead of going after second.
Tries to thread the needle here for the second position. Can he get it to work off for turn number 4? For second, barely give it to Giroux over Chapman and Salas.
Yeah, but man, that 75, Marty, he's starting to pick some steam up there, and he is coming. I give that high side a couple more laps, and I think that's where you want to be.
It may be coming right now. Look how much he just closed it on Dylan Kinsey last time by. Just about a 10th. Pulls up to the door. Top shelf where Mama hides the cookies for the race lead.
Yeah, that entry into turn 1, that's just, man, that's where you want to be. That's 75, and right behind him, his teammate Isaac Salas. They hit that so beautifully that right now, that's where you want to be.
First lead change of the night, Trevor Giroux, but he catches the wall. The high side stacks up. This could maybe help out Blake Chapman go to the point.
Yeah, he needs to send in a haymaker here if he can get a big run coming out of 4. He needs to try to clear these guys and get up in front of them.
Kinsey, I believe, led of the line. It's going to be very close if we have a caution this lap. Well, that high side seems to be the place to be in the Venom drivers. Working together in Salas and Giroux. Now making lead change number 3. Giroux has everyone clear. Salas up on the wall looking for second.
Yeah, it's just such a thin cushion up there on the entry to 1, and if you overdrive it, you find yourself in the wall. If you do it right, it doesn't hurt you that bad, but you got to make sure you keep the right front out of the wall.
5-lap average. Everyone way too close at the moment. Salas has the Chapman and Kinsey cleared for second. Now Chapman throws it in deep, trying to get the bottom step of the podium all figured out.
Yeah, you know, Chapman got by Kinsey, but the problem is now you got the Ant-Man coming on the high side here. He wants P3, and, you know, the bottom step of the podium ain't enough for that 32.
We're checking on Bachman without the left front, and it's still in 23rd, but he is still putting on a good show for the fans here in attendance. 14 laps remaining. Last time by was halfway. And this is still a great battle for the race lead. Giroux, Salas, Morano, Templeton, Chapman. That's the top 5 of the moment.
Yeah, you got to respect Blake. I mean, he loves the bottom. He's trying to get it done down there. But, Marty, as you see those guys just filing by you on the outside, how long can you stay down there before you got to jump up there yourself?
It may be too late to start saving tires, especially with how tight the racing has been in this feature. Biggest mover of the race so far, yet to talk about it. Logan Wentz, the 118, in 13th, up 9 spots. Trying to close in the Venom Racing / full throttle ride. Next time by, we're coming to 10 laps to go for the Philly Flyer and Trevor Giroux. Can he get it done tonight? Or will Salas take it away?
Yeah, you know, the fact that they're teammates, that's really going to help him. But, man, the 5 car is so much quicker on corner entry, especially into turn 3, that if Isaac can get a big run out of 2, you got to think he's going to throw a slider on his teammate.
See if he goes for it. And Salas is starting to have internet issues. Morano up on the wall as well for a split second. There goes Salas underneath. Slide job, Salas. You've got a new leader with 8 laps to go. Giroux may send it back at him though, Zach. Big mega set for the 075.
Yeah, but Isaac, you see, just carried that much speed middle off. I think Isaac maybe found out that, hey, the slider line might actually be the fastest line in turns 3 and 4 if you're by yourself. And it's a good way to defend. You run the top 1 and 2, throw that big slider out front, and we'll have to see what he does here now that he's got it all by himself.
That's what we call super dirt car sliders. But now Salas trying to run away with that. He's got the afterburners turned on with 6 laps to go. The man that started 5th in tonight's feature. Everyone behind gonna have to hope for a yellow silk to come out, but remember, under 10 to go, single file restarts the rest of the way.
And all of a sudden, that 31 machine, he's starting to show some speed here, but he's got 2 cars to get by if he even wants to think about going after Isaac.
And you look at the 5-lap average. You clearly see Salas, the much better race car. 4 laps to go for the number 5. See if Templeton can get third here. Morano wants second on the Philly Flyer. Can he get it off the corner? Not yet. Giroux hangs on with 3 laps remaining. But Morano up in the wall. This could help out Templeton.
Yeah, and now Morano, he's got to be perfect these last 2 laps here if he even wants to think about going after second. That's a big mistake to make here with 3 to go.
Sam Bachman has crashed. No caution. He jumps into the pits. We stay under the green flag. And this is a great battle for the bottom step of the podium. Morano shuts the door on Brandon Templeton, prevents the slider from happening. White flag is out, though. We're on the last lap for Isaac Salas, the driver of the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Design, Venom Racing, number 5, down the back chute for one final time. You watch the battle for 4th place go down. Checkered flags are out. Isaac Salas takes the win in the feature. 4th goes to Blake Chapman over Brandon Templeton. 2nd, Trevor Giroux. And 3rd, Anthony Morano. But it's Isaac Salas who stands on top tonight.
He can thank us for not picking him.
Yes,
one
he
of the first
can.
nights we don't pick him, and then he wins. So you're welcome.
Biggest mover tonight, Logan Wentz in the 118. Started in 22nd and finished 8th tonight. Good run as well for Kurt Schatzer. Started 18th, finished in 11th. Michael Vecchio finishing 15th after starting from the back. Heartbreaks once again. Alex Pomelo. Also Sam Bachman, who was trying to 3-wheel it throughout the night, but unfortunately was 3 laps short of completing the feature doing that. So it's a Venom Racing 1-2 finish. Just waiting for Anthony Morano to join us here in the chat. And we've got him. So we'll begin with him. Anthony Morano finishing in 3rd. Anthony, how much fun was that race tonight?
That was a lot of fun. A lot of being able to move around. You can, definitely a racy track where you can move, pick your spots and move your positions, and it's just a good time and no real contact anywhere. So that's how I like to race.
Where did you feel your car worked well tonight, especially in that long run?
Bottom in 3 and 4, the car really came to life there. About 10 to go. So I'd rather run the bottom. I know you guys have noticed that over this time period by now. Yeah, it felt good on the bottom. Just the momentum coming out of the corners was a lot to deal with.
Who do you want to give shout-outs on the run tonight?
My wife, Sherry. My teammates at Full Throttle Motorsports. Dean of Super Dirt Car, Logan at High Mom Lens, GripHack.com, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim Shop, MDI TV. You guys for doing the broadcast, and everyone at Coast to Coast.
Well, we'll let you go. Great job tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you again Monday night.
Hopefully. I'll see you boys later. Thanks a lot.
All right, sounds good. Anthony Morano with a 3rd place finish here tonight. And we'll go to our 2nd place finisher and talk to Trevor Giroux. Zach, we'll let you take this one.
Hey, Trevor, Shaggy up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Hey, tough when you let one get away from you, but it being your teammates gotta make you feel a little bit better. But man, where do you think he was beating you tonight?
I think he was beating me on the entrance there on the top there. I just kept screwing up my entry on both corners there, and I was losing a lot of time there, and I felt like I got maybe a better exit than him and pulled away maybe a tad bit, and then he just got close enough to the point where he threw a slider, and that was about it for me. And yeah, like you said, I mean, Venom 1 and 2 will definitely take it here.
Yeah, you know, 1 and 2, it's like I say, a little bittersweet being the second car, but man, great job being a teammate tonight and not really putting up too big a fight when you said it. I mean, he was beating you on corner entry a little bit, but man, that cushion entering into one, it's so thin. Tell us about how hard it is not to get in the wall there.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of. It feels like you're working with inches up there. I mean, one mistake and you're in the fence. So yeah, you kind of have to enter pretty high to the point where you're almost uncomfortable and you don't think it's gonna work, and then it sticks and it works. But yeah, like I said, I mean, if you're playing with fire up there, like if one little tiny mistake and you're throwing that rear right into the wall, and I did it a couple times tonight, and thank God it didn't hurt me too bad. But yeah, it really got thin up there, and then 3 and 4, Isaac was telling me to run a little lower, and I was telling him like I kind of feel good up here, and I felt like there's a little more moisture up top in 3 and 4 than there was in 1 and 2. So started doing that and felt really good. So.
Well, hey man, P2, second week of the season, good points night. Can't be too mad about that. But who you want to thank on the second place tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Venom for bringing me along for another season here. I love these guys. They're great guys to race with and talk with. And, of course, Dean with the Super Dirt Car Series for coming on board for another season. Very appreciative of him. And got to thank all my work buddies at home. They're watching tonight. Curtis, Keaton, Brett, thanks, guys, for watching. And catch you guys next week. And thank you guys for the broadcast, too, by the way. You guys do a phenomenal job. So happy you guys are doing this.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. Congratulations. And like you say, man, hopefully we talk to you next week. But I got a feeling we will, man. You're pretty dang good out here.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And he's also continuing improving, that's for sure, every week. So Trevor Giroux finishing second. Now we go to Victory Lane to talk to your winner, Isaac Salas, with a battle with Trevor Giroux, throwing a pair of Super Dirt Car sliders in the final laps there. Isaac, that was a fun race tonight. Walk us through that slider for the win.
Yeah, I mean, in typical Isaac fashion, I just somehow got a really good run out of 1 at Charlotte and 1 and 2, and I knew that sooner or later I needed to kind of get going because I was really fast in 3 and 4. So I just was like, man, if I get a good run on him, I gotta send it. And I tried to clear him by a mile, and Trevor's like, yeah, dude, you cleared me by like a country mile, not even a mile. I was like, oh, all right, well, I'm glad that I knew that it was gonna be safe then.
Where did you feel you were better than Giroux tonight?
Oh, probably 3 and 4. 1 and 2, him and I were pretty consistent together. We've been both getting better at running the top. I was struggling at the top today. I don't know why, but 3 and 4, I could keep the car a little bit straighter, longer, going on entry wise than he could, and it just helped me out on entry and the middle of the corner, and yeah, that's all she wrote.
Next week with the modifieds, you come to my neck of the woods at Weed Sport. How you feeling going on into that?
I won't be here, buddy.
Aw.
But I don't worry, I'll be watching with you. I'll be a fan. I'll actually be halfway in your neck of the woods in all reality. I'll be in PA.
Nice.
Whoa, that's my neck of the woods. Where at?
Yes. Just north of Philly, basically.
Oh man, all right.
Yeah, so Eastern. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think it'll be a good race next week, man. I think I personally love Weed Sport. I think it always puts on good racing. So, kind of upset to miss that of all races, but I mean, hey, what do you do?
Well, Isaac, a good run for you tonight, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Yeah, big shout out to Venom Racing. It's nice to see Trevor do really good. It's nice to do good with Trevor. Dean, the Super Dirt Car Series, Magnum Race Designs, Got Your 6 Racing Network, RSN Trackside, Coast to Coast. I'm wearing my Mission 22 shirt again, so every time I wear this anymore, it's a win somewhere, so that's good. Top Notch Truck with my Gramps. You guys for the broadcast, and yeah, other than that, thanks to my friends, my family, and thanks to Kelsey for watching.
All right, well, we'll let you go. Congrats on the win. Well done, and best of luck next time we see you.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Isaac Salas takes the win here tonight in the Big Block Modified. So as we sign things off here on tonight's Thursday night edition, final thoughts here, Zach.
Yeah, I was treated to a great race here in the Big Block. It stinks I wasn't around for the first one, but man, they say the cream rises to the top, Marty, and man, when that 5 car shows up, man, we said it last week, he is hard to beat, and man, he proved it once again tonight.
That is for sure. So appreciate all of you joining us here tonight for Thursday Night Thunder. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers and sponsors. On behalf of my broadcast partner, Zach Chapman, Marty Sakala, saying so long tonight. Your winners tonight here at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Blake Chapman and Isaac Salas. So long, everyone. Clear. Nice job tonight, man. All good. All good. All good. So, hey, at least we got you in for one, so. No problem. All right, man. I am going to yes. So, I have to text Roger, just let him know on that, so. All right, man. Have a good one. You too. See ya.